Touch the side of your head right now. Right there, behind your ear, there is a structure the size of your thumb. It is called the hippocampus. It is running your memory at this exact second. And after the age of 55, it quietly shrinks every single year unless you do something specific to stop it. Surprised. The Lancet Commission, one of the most respected names in medicine, released a report in 2024 with a number that stopped me cold. 45% of all dementia cases are preventable, nearly half, and the window to act is not in your 80s when symptoms appear. It opens decades earlier, right around where you are sitting right now. Thoughtful, I am Dr. Riyaz, and the thing nobody has time to tell you in a 12-minute appointment is this. By the time a person cannot remember their daughter's name, the damage has usually been building for 20, sometimes 30 years, silently, while they still felt completely fine. In the next few minutes, I will give you 6 things you can begin today. Number 5 is the one most people file under old age and ignore. That single mistake may be the most expensive one of their life. Stay for number 6. It is the daily habit that almost no one connects to brain protection, and the research behind it will genuinely surprise you. Before the list, you need one idea, because once you understand it, every step stops feeling optional. Dementia does not arrive all at once. Most people imagine it starts in the 80s. One day you are fine, the next the memory is going. That picture is wrong, and believing it is what costs people 20 years of protection. The changes begin in your 40s and 50s. 2 proteins drive Alzheimer's, the most common form. Amyloid builds up in sticky clumps between brain cells, like mortar clogging the spaces. Tau, which normally holds a brain cell's internal skeleton together, begins to tangle and twist, and the cell dies. These changes accumulate quietly for decades. 3 things keep that process moving: poor blood flow, starving brain cells of oxygen; chronic inflammation, your immune system stuck permanently switched on; and high blood sugar, which is toxic to the most delicate tissue in your body. Almost everything in this list works by targeting one of those 3. Here is the hopeful idea. It is called cognitive reserve. Think of it as a savings account for your brain. People who build a richer, more connected brain over their lifetime have backup wiring, so when some damage does occur, they lose a few connections and keep functioning normally far longer. You can keep adding to that account at any age. That is the goal. And these 6 things do exactly that. Number 1 is your plate, because you pull this lever 3 times every single day, whether you think about it or not. There is a specific way of eating built for this exact purpose. It is called the Mind Diet, developed by researchers at Rush University in Chicago and published in the journal Alzheimer's and Dementia in 2015. People who followed it most closely had a rate of Alzheimer's roughly 53% lower than those who did not. Even moderate followers came out 35% lower. That is a striking result for something as simple as food. What it looks like on the plate: leafy greens every single day, spinach, kale, collards. 1 serving daily was tied to a brain that tested as years younger. Berries several times a week. The only fruit the diet specifically names, because of compounds called flavonoids that reduce inflammation in brain tissue. Fish once a week, olive oil as your main fat, beans, nuts, whole grains. The standard Western plate, heavy in red meat, fried food, and processed sugar, does the exact opposite on all 3 fronts. It spikes your blood sugar. It inflames your arteries. It stiffens the tiny vessels feeding your brain. Every meal is a vote. You are either protecting the reserve or feeding the disease. Start here. Leafy greens most days, berries a few times a week, olive oil instead of butter. That is the entry point. Stop for 1 second. When did your doctor last explain, not just measure, what your fasting blood sugar actually means for your brain? If you are struggling to remember, You are not alone. Keep that question in your mind. We are coming back to it. Number 2, if I could protect only one thing on this list for you, it would be this one. Walk every day. Researchers at the University of Pittsburgh published a study in 2011 where they took older adults and had them simply walk a few times a week for 1 year. Then they scanned their brains. The walkers had actually grown the hippocampus, that thumb-sized structure you touched at the start, by about 2%. After 55, it normally shrinks a little every single year. These people reverse that. They turn the clock back on the most important memory structure in their head just by walking. The mechanism: when you walk, your muscles and your brain both release a protein called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. The plainest description is fertilizer for brain cells. It grows new ones and strengthens the connections between them. Exercise is the most reliable way known to raise it. 30 minutes most days. Brisk enough to talk, not to sing. Break it into 3 10-minute walks if needed. The walk after dinner is especially powerful. It blunts your post-meal blood sugar spike at the same time. 2 protections in 1 step. Number 3 will sound like it comes from nowhere. It is one of the most overlooked connections in all of brain health. Look after your teeth and your gums. In 2019, researchers published a study in the journal Science Advances examining the brains of people who had died with Alzheimer's. They found a specific bacterium, Porphyromonas gingivalis, the primary driver of gum disease, in the brain tissue itself, a mouth bacterium sitting inside the brain. They also found the toxic enzymes it produces, called gingipains. The worse the gum disease, the worse the brain damage. Here is why it matters. Chronically infected, bleeding gums are an open door into your bloodstream several times a day, every time you chew, every time you brush. Bacteria and the inflammatory signals they carry enter circulation and reach the brain, where they appear to drive the exact same inflammation that accelerates Alzheimer's. This is good news because it is almost entirely fixable. Brush twice a day, floss once, because the brush does not reach the space under the gum line where this bacterium lives. See a hygienist twice a year. If your gums bleed when you brush, that is not normal. That is active inflammation, and it is worth taking seriously. A clean mouth is one of the cheapest, most overlooked pieces of brain protection you will ever find. Tonight, floss. Quick pause right here. If even one of these has already connected a dot your doctor never explained, hit subscribe, give this a like, and drop your age in the comments. I read everyone. The ages of the people watching genuinely shape which topics I cover next. Now back to list. Number 4 is the one most people get completely backwards. You probably thought puzzles and brain apps were the gold standard way to protect your memory. That belief is exactly what I need to talk to you about right now. The Lancet Commission lists social isolation as a major modifiable risk factor for dementia. The long-running Framingham Heart Study found that loneliness in older adults is tied to faster cognitive decline and measurably higher risk, with some research placing the effect in the same league as smoking and high blood pressure. A real conversation is one of the most demanding things your brain ever does. You are reading a face, tracking tone, remembering what was said a minute ago, holding your own thoughts, choosing words, all in real time. It fires more of your brain simultaneously than almost any app ever could. Every genuine exchange is a deposit into your reserve. Isolation is a slow withdrawal. Someone I will call Margaret, a 72-year-old retired nurse I treated in Pittsburgh, was sharp, organized, and active her whole working life. After she lost her husband, the invitations slowed. She stopped going to her book club because it felt wrong going alone. Within 2 years, her daughter noticed something slipping. Her family called it grief. Some of it was. And a real part traced directly to a brain that had gone quiet because the world around it had gone quiet. This counts as medicine. A standing phone call, a weekly card game, a class, a volunteer shift, whatever puts you in a real, back-and-forth conversation with another human on a regular basis. Schedule it the way you would a prescription, because that is what it is. Tell me in the comments, what is one thing you do every week that keeps you connected to people? I am genuinely curious what that looks like for the people watching this. Number 5. This one ties everything together because it sits on every single front at once. The Rotterdam study, a large, long-running study published in the journal Neurology in 1999, found that people with type 2 diabetes had roughly double the risk of developing dementia compared to people without it. Double. And the connection is so deep that some researchers have started calling Alzheimer's type 3 diabetes. That phrase is debated, but the fact that serious scientists reach for it tells you everything about the strength of the link. In plain terms, high blood sugar damages the tiny, fragile vessels feeding your brain, cutting off blood flow. It also makes the brain resistant to insulin, and brain cells that cannot use fuel properly become stressed, starved, and far more vulnerable to amyloid buildup. High blood sugar even drives inflammation. It attacks all 3 fronts simultaneously. Here is the part that should encourage you. The first 2 items on this list, food and walking, are by themselves the most powerful blood sugar protection available. You do not need a separate program. Doing those 2 things well handles most of the battle. If you already have a pre-diabetes or diabetes diagnosis, bring this conversation to your next appointment. Getting that number under control may be the single most protective thing you can do for your brain. Number 6. Almost nobody connects this to brain health. Hearing aids. In the 2024 Lancet Commission report, when they ranked every modifiable risk factor for dementia, the single largest one on the entire list was untreated hearing loss in midlife, larger than smoking, larger than physical inactivity, larger than high blood pressure. When your ears send a weak signal, your brain works overtime just to fill in the gaps in conversation. That constant effort, drawn away from memory and thinking for years, appears to physically accelerate brain shrinkage, and people who struggle to hear slowly stop joining in. Dinner tables become exhausting. They pull back, and they slide directly into the isolation we just discussed, compounding the damage on a second front. The evidence for acting on this is now very strong. A major clinical trial, the ACHIEVE study, led by Johns Hopkins researchers and published in The Lancet in 2023, took older adults at higher risk for cognitive decline and gave half of them hearing aids. In that group, hearing aids slowed cognitive decline by nearly 50% over 3 years compared to those who went untreated. Nearly half from treating hearing. If you or someone you love has been saying "what" more often, turning the television up, or quietly avoiding noisy rooms, do not file that under getting older. Get a hearing test. It takes 20 minutes. It does not hurt, and it may be the most powerful step on this entire list. Here is what I want to leave you with. Everything today was about damage that builds silently for 20 or 30 years before anyone notices. That is sobering, but it also means the window to act is wide open right now, not at your next appointment, not when a symptom appears. Today, none of this is expensive. None of it requires a prescription. All of it, starting this afternoon, is you making real deposits into a brain you are going to need for a long and clear life. One more thing before the action plan. There are warning signs that are not about slow prevention at all. Signs that mean you call a doctor now, not next week. Sudden confusion arriving over hours or days. A steep, fast drop in memory or thinking over weeks, not years. Getting lost in a familiar place. Abrupt changes in personality or behavior. These can point to something treatable, an infection, a medication interaction, a thyroid problem, a vitamin deficiency, and some are fully reversible if caught early. Those symptoms get a phone call today. Here is what to do this week, specific and simple. 1. At your next meal, put leafy greens on the plate and use olive oil instead of butter. Keep frozen berries in the freezer so they are always there. 2. Take a 30-minute walk today. Break it into 3 if needed. Do the one after dinner first. It is the most powerful. Then do it again tomorrow. 3. Tonight when you brush, floss as well. If your gums bleed, book a dental cleaning this week. 4. Make one concrete plan with another human being before you close this app. A call, a coffee, a class. Put it in your calendar right now, the same way you would a medication. 5. If you have any concern about your blood sugar or your hearing, book the test. Both are simple, both are fast, and both may protect your brain more than almost anything else on this list. That is it. No exotic supplements, no expensive programs, just 6 ordinary things. Starting today.